Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap pre-market leap and analysis for Thursday, August the 27th. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. We've been around for about 6 years in one form or another. If you're interested in getting more information, give me an email at quantumleaptrading@gmail.com or give me a call on my cell, 647-545-8065. Each morning we come together to take a look at the market, look at the macro to the micro, the structure of the market, then we drill down to the trade levels that we're looking at and our targets and our hypotheses for the day. So before we get started, I just need to quickly get the legals done. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in here are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence and your own trade plan. Just before we get going, quick look at the gold chart. I'm looking at an entry here again. We got a FUBAR. Possible FUBAR Mr. Sneaky setting up right now on gold. So there's the tech gap, there's the FUBAR. We're possibly setting up for the Mr. Sneaky. So is Howard here? Howard, are you here? Yeah, Howard, if you can do me a favor, can you keep an eye on this for me? And if the Mr. Sneaky sets up, let me know so I can take an entry on it. I hate that it's setting up right now during the session. Okay, so let's take a quick look at yesterday first. Yesterday, of course, we were talking about this zipper line, and we're using the 1908 area as a line in the sand, and if we had broke below that, I was looking for a move through the zipper and down to take out the naked close down here at 72.75. I wasn't expecting much more than that. We didn't even make it down to the 72.75. We found buyers down here at 75.50, and then we rotated all the way through. As I mentioned in the session yesterday morning, our low overnight, the 96% probability, was down at 1850, and I didn't think that we would go down there and take that out. I was looking at the move to take out the overnight high at the what was it, 42 or 43? The overnight high, I'm sorry, it was 2350. So we were looking for the rotation back up. Really nice thing is we got that cup and handled with the measure move up to the 15 on the 38.2, and then anyway, the 61.8 was 22 and a quarter, and then the 100% was 32 area. And it was a beautiful pattern that set up late in the afternoon for that late rally yesterday. So had an up and down day yesterday. Took a lot of trades, got down 15.5 points at one point in time, and then I worked my way up and I closed the day out at 20 points. So it's been a good week. Been a volatile week. You know, our session yesterday, our full session, was 92.5 points in range. Our regular trading session was 67.50. Overnight so far, we've only had a 29.5 point range. I say that, you know, jokingly, like, you know, oh, we only had a 29.5 point, but lately we've been having these huge overnight ranges, and look at that. trade off the 58 level and the Keltner center line. Would have paid and funded already. Oh well, can't do anything about that. All right, so let's start with our regular routine and get our homework done. So as you know, I like to start looking at the macro to micro. I use a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. I'm looking for slope and separation and where trends are violated on the different time frames and where we are within those trends on the different time frames. Of course, we've been watching this one forever, and waiting for it to roll over. We came down, we tested the 20 SMA, broke below the 9, and then we broke below the 20, went down and made that low at 1831. Now we're coming back up. The 20 SMA is up here at 1985 and a quarter. We have a couple key numbers above us, and we'll talk about that when we get into the structure. But overall, the trend to the monthly has been violated, and we have a possible rollover. We could close back up above this 20. We probably don't have time. Our month open right now is 2098.75, and our 20-day ATR is 38.91. So we have not hit critical mass right now, because right now we've got, what's today? We've got, well, we might be close. We got 1, 2, we got 3 days. So 3 days of ATR, and we've been blowing the ATR out of the water. It's 116 points. We're trading right now at 1961. So 1961. So our critical, 3 days of ATR, and we've been having larger ranges, takes us up to 2077, 2078 area. To me, that's, with the size of the days that we've been having and the expansion of the range, I'm not saying that critical mass is in. I think we got to wait for a couple more days, see how we're seeing on Friday. But if we hit critical mass, we could have another retrace down. So just keep that in mind. Don't get too biased to the long side yet. Going down to the weekly. The weekly, you can see is a downward trend, but we have a tech gap with a foo bar. So we're likely to come up and close this gap on the weekly. But again, it is a weekly pattern, but the overall trend is down on the weekly. Going down to the daily, we have this strong reversal pattern here on the daily. You've got the doji, and then we've ran through most of the retrace on the last 2 days. Tech gap close on this is 1974. That's going to be a key level. Our 50% retracement from this move from here down to here is at where's my 61.8? Oh, I forgot to write it down. I think it's 99 and a quarter. Let's just do it right now, and that way we know for sure. 90, yeah, it's around 99 and a quarter is the 50%. I have 61.8% retracement, on this down move. But the trend overall is down. We can still come up, test the 9 EMA from below, even test the 20 SMA from below, and then continue the trend down. Going into the intraday, seeing if there's any trends coming into this market. Look at them. They're going to go make looks like they're going to go make a new overnight high here. I wish I would have got back into that trade, but it's hard trading when you're doing these sessions in the morning. The 4 hour has been down, but then we've created this basing pattern. We have a inverted head and shoulder that we drew out that's got measured moves. It's in the room. You can go take a look at it. I think it's on the 1 hour though, not the 4 hour. We have a naked cross down here at 1916. For those that are new, naked cross is when the 9 EMA crosses the 20 SMA and price moves away and leaves it naked or left unattended. These do not stay naked. They will get closed. Now this is on a 4 hour, so it could be a while before we come back and take it. But when we get near it or we get setups that will give us a shot to the downside, it can act as a great target. So the trend is starting a smaller trend to the upside after, basing the pattern to the the trend to the downside. So coming into the market, the 4 hour is in an upward trend. Just going down to the 30-minute, you can see that we've had a strong move up, a little bit of weakness. They tested the trend, and then the trend continued, and we're starting to get slope and separation again after coming down and testing the 20 SMA, now trading above the 9 and starting to get a upward trend again to the upside. Going down to the 15-minute, there is a naked cross too, just so that you know, down here at 1900 on the 30-minute. Mark these down so they're in your journal. There's one right here at 1941.75, and you can see that we don't have. We have a possible cup and handle here setting up. Let's just take a quick look at it, just so that we know what it looks like, what the retrace could be. So there's the cup. So, whoops. So, oh, come on. Sorry, gang, I'm doing this on the fly here. To validate this pattern, we'd have to come down to the 1958 area, or down to the 1955-54 area. So we could get a retrace here with a little bit of resistance here, come back down and set up the handle, come back up and break above the right rim. And then our targets to the upside conservatively are we had a great cup and handle last night too that I put in the room. So the first target is here at 68. The second target is here at 70, 50, and the extended target, the bonus target, is up at 1975. There's that 1975 level here. I hope this sets up so that I can get in on it when we are done this session. All right. So, but the trend itself is intact right now and continuing on the 15-minute. On the 5-minute, same thing on the 5-minute. We've got slope and separation to the upside. The trend is intact here, and we have a naked cross here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We have a naked cross here at 1955, and that's interesting because we could come back down, take out this naked cross, and validate the handle of the cup and handle on the 15-minute. So that's interesting. We do have a bit of a tech gap right here, so likely to come down and close the tech gap. And I see that the FUBAR Mr. Sneaky on gold setup. Thank you, Howard. I'm just give me 1 second, okay? Okay, I've got an order in right now at 11:20, 30 to see if I get filled on this this Mr. Sneaky on gold for another shot on my swing, building a swing position again on gold. So 5 minute, the move is to the upside. All right, so taking a look at the big picture. Well, the big picture is what we're hoping it to be. We are hoping that we would leave this as an island bottom and we would get a gap up and go. So we have that potential. Doesn't mean that it's going to set up. We need this to hold above the 1149 area in order for that to set up. Doesn't mean that we can't come back down here into the 3-day microcomposite VPOC here at the 1932 and go higher. I would just prefer, and it's a stronger retracement pattern and a stronger bullish signal if we got the gap up and go and we held this 1958. So 1958 is going to be a key line in the sand. If we get below that, look for them to come back down towards this 52.25 and test this 49. Remember that the 49 area is the LVN between the double distribution overnight. So if we come back down, below the 58, we could come back a little bit lower and possibly even test the 49. If we get below 49, then we're going to get into this distribution area, and I think we come down and we at least test the 41, test the range high from yesterday at 43, dip into it, test the 41.50, the 3-day microcomposite value area high, and then anything below that, I would think that we're going to come down deeper and test this 38, 39 area, 37, but I think that we could come all the way back in and test this 3-day microcomposite at 32.50. There's not any wicks up here to get stuck in. This time around, we talked about getting stuck in the wick here, which we did, and then we had an inside day. So I mean, we had 2 Mr. Sneakies on the daily, and possible island bottom with a possible gap and go. So the first thing that we want to look for on the open is initiative buyers stepping in and giving us an open drive up into some of the levels that we're going to talk about. If we hold 58, look for them to come up and take out the overnight high, which is so far at 64.50. We got 25 minutes to go in the trading. This could actually expand our overnight high and do a set and break the overnight high right at the open or even before the open. Continuation would be, next target would be the 69 or the low of this day right here, which was 68. There's a 68.75 CLVN, and then if we get inside of this candle, then I'm looking for that move to the 75, and then 84, and then the 50%. The 50% of the retracement candle is going to be 1995.25, and then we have this 97.50, and then of course we have the 61.8 retracement from the sell-off that started up here, and that is up at 99.25. And I think if we get into the 1990s, we're going to start looking at that head and shoulder. Let's take a look at that pattern here again. So this was the head and shoulder that I put in the room. Our first target is 76.25. It's right by that 75. Our second is the 98.33. That's our main target. That's right by this the 50% retracement of the significant breakout candle as well. And then if we do get our extended target, that's all the way up at 20 33.25. And again, this pattern does not get violated until we go down and break below that 1875.50. So this pattern is still very much intact right now and should be part of your bigger picture. All right, so let's start looking at the overnight and moving our levels over and setting up our trade levels. All right, so far right now, our 64.50 is our overnight high, so it hasn't been taken out, but we'll leave that alone right now. The overnight low is all the way down at 1934.50. And then let me just get rid of these because I got to redraw all this. This is from yesterday. Although a lot of them will probably be still valid. Okay, our overnight VPOC is at 57. Come on. There we go. And we'll put in the overnight high right now. That is 64.50, but we're very much in, it looks like we're going to break it. Hold on one second. Sorry, just checking on my gold. All right, and so we're going to open out a range and out a value. So the first thing that I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for a initiative buyer stepping in and ripping us. The first trade level is going to be off of that 58. I want to put in this, now there's a zipper area, and there's this, and if you look at this, between the 2 days here, I'll have to show it to you on another chart. This right here, this area right here is possibly in need of repair. So it's got, it starts around the 50.75 and it comes all the way down to the 49. So I would actually be using the 50.25, which is the swing low here, for the possibility of coming down and testing this 49, and then if we break 49, then we have some lower targets. So I'm going to put an LVN in right here at 50.25. Actually, it's not going to be. It's an LVN, but I'm going to mark it because it's going to be a trade area for me. So right now, I've got two trade areas that I'm bracketing right here below us before we even get into the overnight or into the distribution zone right here and possibly testing the range. Below the 58, I'm going to be targeting the 55 and 52. Why is it giving me price on this all of a sudden? I don't want a specific price. I'm having problems with my charts. Now it wants to label this. All right, I got to figure out why it's doing that. And then the other one right here is 52.25. I guess it's not bad that it's labeling just more stuff on my chart that I don't need. And then below the 50.50, I'm going to be watching that 49, but I don't think the 49 is going to hold. I'm going to target the 47.25. That is the range low from the, the range high from the Tuesday session. And then of course, we've got the range high here at 43.25. Below that, then I'd be looking for them to come down and take out the naked close. The close was 38. And then, once we're in this distribution, I'd look for continuation to take out the overnight low. If we leave the overnight high alone and get back down inside here, I think you'll see continuation and we'll actually come down, through this distribution zone down into the 34.50 is right where the overnight low is, and the closing swing low. So I'd be looking at that as not just a target, but another area to add on to a short for a move back into balance right here at 32.50. And then below it, we have that CLVN. Oh, it's gone. It was right here at 30. It's shifted. It's been filled in somewhat at 29.75. I'm going to use that though, 29.75. And then below that, now we're into this little distribution zone right here, and I'd be targeting this 26.75. It's actually a little LVN here, so I'm going to use the 27. And then we've got this area of price rejection right here where we pushed up into the close, and that is essentially, I'm going to use, in this number you'll remember, 2075, and below 2075 targeting 1775, the IV high. And then right here we've got the open and the value area high right here at the 1375 area. That's the CLVN here at 1375, and below that I'd be looking for a move to test that 08, 09. I'm going to use the 09, but I'm going to incorporate it all the way down to, not target, sorry. I'm going to incorporate it all the way down into the 08 area. So if I'm taking a long, I got to be above 925. If I'm taking a short, I want to be below 08. And then of course the target is going to be the VWAP, a retest of the VWAP. And then anything below 08, then I think we get stuck in this wick down here and come down here and test some of the lower areas, and the targets are going to be 1900, and of course the naked VPOC at 94, and then another trade area down here at 1885. There's a little bit of resistance at 8650, but I think that once we're down in this area, we're below the 3-day value area low at 9250. In fact, I'm going to use that as a trade area, 9250, just below the VPOC. And if we get continuation, break below there, look for a bigger move down into the 85. And then if we're inside a value and we're holding in there, and we get set up for an 80% destination trade, then I'd be looking for a move through value down into test the 79 value area low, 79.25, and then a break below there. I don't think the 75 is going to hold, so I'm going to use it as a trade add-on and a move to take out the naked close at 72. Don't think we're going to get all the way down here, but because the range, we've got to do the levels down here lower. So we've got below 72, 75, we've got 65.75, and then the 1860, and then we've got all our levels down here already. 49.10, targeting 42.25, 27.75, 21.75, 12, 1800, and then I move into the 1700s, and I'm not looking for that today. So we're trading, still trading in the 60s. Did we go up and make a new high? No, we fell off of 63.75. All right, so to the upside. All right, above 64.50, we have a CLVN here at 66.50. Look for possible responsive sellers there if we take out the overnight high. Above there, I'd be looking for a close of this naked close, and next target up, of course, is at 75.50. 77.75 as possible resistance level, and then above 77.75, I'm looking for a move into 79.50. And there's really not much in this area. This is pretty blunt up here, so I'd be looking for a move all the way up into the 87. You might find a little bit of resistance here at 84 and 75, but I'm not expecting that. And then we've got the 50% retracement of the breakout candle at 99.50. I'm sorry, 95.25. And we already have that. There's also a naked VPOC right there as well. And then, of course, the 61% retracement at 99.25. I don't think 2000 is going to hold. I think you're better off using the 99.25. And then above that, if we get into the 2000 and 375, that 375 area, actually, you're going to move that up to 04.25. And then above that, we've got the 875 area again, and then back up into that 1150 area. That 1150 area is that microcomposite VPOC and former naked VPOC there at the 1150. And then above that, we've got 1550, and then the 19, and then we're into testing some of the key levels that we had in the lower 2000s. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm expecting my bias right now is a rotational day with an upside bias if we hold below, above this 43, maybe even the 49 area. If we get a initiative buyer stepping in on the open, I'm looking to see if this 58 holds and we rip up and take out the overnight high. If we got a 96% probability of taking out the overnight high or overnight low, key will be, we've seen this lately, if we leave the 64.50 alone and break below that 49, I'd be leaning to take out this overnight low, and my bias will shift to a rotational day with a downside bias. So we're getting our move in gold. We've got a 2-day balance here in gold. Here at 21, we came down. We said that we'd likely come down. We talked yesterday if we broke that 29.70. Remember, I had my stop at on my swing position at 1128.20. I kind of gave up. Like I said, I kind of gave up a lot of profit, but it was a good trade. I still banked a real nice profit on it. And did what I said I was going to do. I was going to try to hold that position up into, the composite VPOC that goes all the way back to 2008. That's still my target, for this year in gold is up here at the 12th. So my first one, I had to put a stop in somewhere and bank profit, and I did. Gave back a little bit more than I liked, but we came back, broke below that 29.70, came back down to pick up buyers. Where did they pick them up? Why do I always talk about, knowing where they found value? Because they're likely to come down there and look for it again there, right there at the microcomposite VPOC around that 1117 area. And so far they found it and they've rotated back up. 2-day balance right now is at 1121. If we can break this 2250, then I'm looking for a move up into this 27. And then if we break above the 29.70 again, I would actually even use the 30.25. Then I'm looking for a bigger move back up into that 37 area and possibly continuation to test the 43. I don't think we'll get much further than that. If we come down and we can't hold this 21 level, then I'd be looking to come back down and test this 16, 17 area again, but I don't think it'll hold next time. I think we come back down, further and test the 11, 12, 70 area. And then anything below that, we're breaking below the value here on this balance area, and I think we get a bigger move down into the 1107, probably test the 1100s. If we break below 1100, I'm expecting to come back down to this 1090-140 area. I don't think, and I think we'll see some bigger continuation below. I don't think they're going to find the buyers down here that we did this time. I mean, this was a long basing pattern here. If they come down here, I don't know if there'll be the inventory that I think they're going to try to run some stops below it and probably come down into the 1174, 1063, 90 area. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at. A little bit longer session this morning, but lots to talk about. But hopefully we hold this 58 and we get our gap and go. That's it for me. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.